Here's the TLDR. If you have a Bambu Lab A1 3D printer, pause this video right now and go turn it off. I'll tell you why right after this. I'm Brian, and you are watching BV3D. Hi, welcome back. Okay, I'm going to repeat what I said a minute ago in case you thought I was kidding. If you have a Bambu Lab A1 3D printer, not the A1 Mini, but the full-sized A1, go turn it off right now. Here's why. About a week ago, on January 28th, Bambu Lab added a blog post to their site with the title A1 Heatbed Cable Callback. It said they had received reports of unstable temperature readings and heating issues on the beds of some A1 printers. And after looking into it, they determined that damage to the bed cable was the cause. They listed a few ways this could have happened, mainly that the damage occurred during shipping, or that it occurred during assembly by setting the printer on its back and letting the full weight of the printer rest on the cable, putting a kink in it. And they showed what a damaged cable looked like compared to an undamaged one. At the time, they had two recommendations. One, if your cable looked undamaged, they had designed a snap-on part that they could send you, which would provide additional strain relief for the bed cable. And if you couldn't wait for that, they had a printable version of it that you could download, print, and snap on. And two, if your cable did look damaged, or you weren't sure, you could open a support ticket and send them a picture of the cable. If they determined that it was in fact damaged, you could ship your printer back and they'd send you a new one. And if you couldn't wait for that, they would ship you a new bed and cable and you could install it yourself. And they would also include some sort of compensation for your time and effort. Then there was a plot twist. Shortly after that blog post came out, we started seeing reports of a different kind of bed cable damage, and it looked more like the cable had been pinched or nicked. There's a photo showing this kind of damage on the Bambu Lab forums. Okay, so that was a week ago. Then, on Friday, like 2 days ago, I received an email from Bambu Lab, and the email mentions the blog post about the cable issue, and then they said, to safeguard the safety and rights of our users to the greatest extent, we advise you to refrain from operating your A1 regardless of whether the cable is damaged. We're currently in discussions to formulate the most appropriate solution and will release our plan through the official channels as soon as possible. If anyone inquires about this matter, please advise them to cease using the machine and await the official reply. From that last sentence, I got the feeling that this email hadn't gone out to every A1 owner. I figured it was a heads-up email to those of us in the 3D printing YouTube space, so we could get the word out and the official notice would be coming out in the next day or two in the form of a blog post. So on Saturday morning, I recorded a video, and then life got in the way and it wasn't ready to release until late Saturday night. Then there was a plot twist. Right before I was going to release that video, the official notice blog post dropped. And there's a link in the description. And now it's a full-on recall of the A1. Bambu Lab says that the number of faulty printers is small, but they take customer safety seriously. So until they know more about exactly what causes the heat bed cable problem, they're advising everyone to stop using the A1. And they're extending the recall to include all A1 printers regardless of condition. So A1 owners have two options. Given that it could be several months until Bambu Lab can get a design change tested, put into production and shipped, the first option is returning the printer for a full refund. That means repacking the printer in its original box with its original packing materials. Bambu Lab says it could take up to 15 business days to process the refund. The 15 business days probably starts when they receive the printer. Since business days usually means Monday through Friday, 15 of them is 3 weeks. So in reality, you're probably looking at a month to get your refund processed. In this first option, they'll also give you an $80 discount voucher to use on their online store if you want to buy a different Bambu Lab printer model. The second option is to wait for the replacement heat beds to become available and perform the replacement yourself. They're expecting the revised beds to be available around the end of March. If you choose this option, Bambu Lab will give you a $120 discount voucher to use on their online store, and you'll get that when you get the replacement bed. Bambu Lab already has a wiki article and a video to walk you through the steps of replacing the bed, and those are linked in the recall blog post. Note that in some regions, this is not an option. You may not legally be able to do this replacement yourself, and in that case, returning for a refund is your only option. So here's my take on all of this. It looks like Bambu Lab is taking responsibility for this. They're not trying to sweep it under the rug or hope it goes away, and that's a good thing. The A1's bed is powered by mains voltage, either 120 volts or 240 volts depending on your region. So this is not something to ignore, it's a serious issue. I turned my A1 off, and you should go turn yours off too. And for those returning their printers for a refund, I feel like Bambu Lab should provide prepaid shipping labels to customers who still have their boxes and packing materials. They probably are, but if not, they should. Also, I think that if a customer needs an empty box with packing materials, Bambu Lab should foot the bill for the box and for shipping. This is less of a warranty issue and more of a safety issue, and it isn't the fault of an A1 owner that there's a problem with the bed cable. I feel that the cost to an A1 owner to have the printer repaired or replaced should be $0, particularly since this will take weeks or months to resolve. And that's pretty much it. Big thanks to everyone who supports the channel, whether with channel memberships or by using the links in the description. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss future ones. Well, 3D printing friends, that's about all the time we have for this one. And now that we're at the end, well, stop using your A1 and go turn it off. Not my typical last words, but here we are.